snowing. Let me see. When we want to talk to our people, and it's still starting, but we'll start in a few moments because we really want to tell you everything we know. That is quite fascinating because we love doing what we are doing. Oh my God, I talked through the whole intro over the music because I don't like it. I think we should shorten that intro. What do you think, Gary?
Yeah, I think so. It's a little long. We don't need it.
Hi,
Too much
folks, and
suspense.
uh, welcome to this live stream that will be something that you'll see a lot because we decided to take our whole business live.
Yeah, absolutely. We want to be in front of the people, show you what we're doing. So here we are.
Because what we are doing is real entrepreneurship, business life unscripted, all our struggles, all our failures, all the wins and the fun. Because Gary and I, we talk a lot between ourselves. We talk about God and the world, a little bit about politics. We don't push that too far on you because we know there's a lot of division in this world. We do not want to contribute to that. But what we want to do is show you how you can build a business having fun.
We do have a lot of fun, right, Christine? I think we laugh all day long, which is great, and that's why we enjoy what
Yeah.
we're doing.
And then we said, well, if you have something really great, something good, you want to share. You want to share it with the world. If I see a movie and I love that movie, I go and tell everybody, hey, look, did you see that movie? Did you see this? Did you see the Terminator? Well, I don't like the Terminator movie too much, but Inception or the Easy AI system. When you have something really great, you want to scream it from the rooftops, right?
Exactly. Books
I know.
too. Books. We talk
Books,
about books a lot.
books. Oh, we
More
love
than movies,
books.
I'd say, right?
I love books. I read books. I listen to books all day long. And I breathe books. I write books. And you do.
One thing we constantly do is we are always learning. Every day I think we're learning something new and then we put it into action, which I think is so important. People don't put things into action. You got to make the moves. You got to do the work. You got to put it into action. You can't just keep learning and not doing anything. You have to move.
Yeah, you're right. Because I found often when I ask people, did you read, for example, Siddhartha by Hermann Hesse? And some will say, yeah, I read it. Or 1984, yeah, I read it. Okay, what is the meaning of the book? Oh, I don't remember. That means you didn't read it. You consumed it. Like food. Maybe worse
Right.
than food.
Sometimes you have to read things more than once, even sometimes too, to really take it in and grasp it. Right.
For me, when I read a book, a good book, I don't read those penny things that we can produce now with AI in 10 seconds. Those love stories that always end the same. Yeah, they gribble you. They're like a TV show. It's entertainment. Many people love it, and there's nothing wrong with entertainment sometimes. But it doesn't contribute to personal growth. Oh, look, I have the best husband in the world. See what he got me? A
Wow. I like
coffee.
that. That's amazing. I like that.
Yeah, I like my husband. I love him. 28 years of, you know what they say, marital bliss. It's such crap. How long are you married, Gary?
um. Wow. That's 15 years, I think, but we've been together for 30, so
There you
uh,
go. Same
it's been
thing.
a long time, and I love it. We're happy.
You know, being together in a committed relationship for me is the same as being married in a way.
Yeah, it's
It,
especially nice when you're married to your best friend, right? I think that's the greatest thing ever that you get to hang out all the
yeah,
time with your best friend and enjoy life together.
yeah. Go through the ups and downs, and you know when something happens and you are on the floor, or when I was in the mental hospital, he was the constant in my life. He came and visited me. He persuaded my psychiatrist not to give me electroshocks that would have ruined my brain. So I'm eternally grateful to my husband, Mike.
That's awesome. It's
Yeah.
Beautiful. And I love that he brings you your coffee. That's so great. We're so busy a lot of times. It's funny that a lot of times when we're working, Christine, I know that your husband brings you coffee or maybe your lunch, and we're having to eat on camera or not on camera. Well, together we're on camera. So we're eating, we're doing what we're doing, but we're trying to work at the same time. So much to be done when you're an entrepreneur and everything falls on your lap.
That's so true. And I don't know how it is for you, but very often your spouse does not really support what you're doing. And mine was no exception. He doesn't understand entrepreneurship. All his life, he was an employee. And you went out and traded your time for money, which is perfectly fine. For me, being an entrepreneur, it's not about money. And it was so bad. I have a passion to share what I know and learned and the experience because I know it can impact other people positively. And it was so
Right.
at one point that I spent money to do that and I went bankrupt. Now, this is not a good relationship. So I had to reorganize everything and say, okay, it's okay to ask for some money. I still want to be primarily helping others, but to do so honestly and reliably and sustainably, you have to have some money. And that's why we are operating the AI Wellness Universe as a not for profit.
Right. You have to make money to cover your operating costs, but yeah, that's not a main driver for us. Our main driver is to help people and improve the world around us. So that's what we aim to
Mm.
do, and that's why we went with the nonprofit business model.
So, what really are we doing with that AI Wellness Universe? I find most people don't really understand what we are doing.
No, they don't. There's a lot to take in, so it's understandable. But we have worked hard behind the scenes at simplifying everything. So we have brought the system to a place now where it's pretty simple and easier to understand. But it's so much more than AI tools and apps. We also offer um, our global event hub where we showcase wellness leaders, or wellness leaders can showcase their expertise, collaborate, and connect with some of the most innovative minds in the wellness industry. So that's fun to put people on our platform. And then we also have our two powerful podcasts, right, Christine? What you want to talk about our podcast a little bit?
Oh, well, I love podcasting. And of course, Gary, you do the AI, authentic AI. What is it? Authentic AI journeys.
Insights.
Insights. Yes, insights are so important. Wellness entrepreneurs share their journey. Do they like AI? Do they even use AI? Because AI is here to stay. It is a kind of a revolution, like when we first had the computers. It will change the way we do business, and whether we like it or not, it's time to get aboard, and it's best to go aboard early and learn what you can and join forces with others that use AI for good. Because there's already people out there that don't do that. They use it for bad or they use it as a profit system. Actually, there's lots of people out there doing it just as a profit system.
Right, and there's so much there, and AI is a hot button topic these days. People are apprehensive and fearful about it, but I think people are starting to come around. They're starting to see it everywhere, and they understand that it's a tool, and it's very helpful. And there's no way around it. So it's best to get involved early and be ahead of the curve.
And if you're like us, a wellness entrepreneur that's dedicated to help others and spread wellness and goodness, you're bound to get into AI because it's like in the 80s. If you tried nowadays to run your business without using any computers, you would be confined to your local environment. Without the internet, you couldn't spread your word, not that very far. You could put papers in under people's mailboxes or something like that. It would work locally. But if you want
That,
to spread your message, you're bound to go further.
Absolutely, that's an excellent point because I spent over 30 years in the corporate space, and it's so much different when you're doing everything for yourself. I used to have a team of people to take care of sales, marketing, all the day-to-day operations. Now you're expected to do everything on your own, right? You're doing everything. You are the team. So AI actually helps you with that, because with the AI, you have that team there. So, and that's what our platform provides, is that team of experts to help you out in your daily operations.
Well, Gary, I like the way you put that because the AI apps that we prompted, there are many, many experts there, coaches for sales, coaches for business coaches. You have them all at your fingertip, even health coaches and everything that you need as an entrepreneur. And now we are soon getting into advanced automations and the modern AI agents that are in beta. They're not released yet, so don't ask me about it yet, but they are coming. And they will be able to crawl the internet and help you generate leads and do automatic tasks on WhatsApp, on LinkedIn, on Facebook. It will be mind-boggling. And if you don't get in now and for a price that you can't refuse because we're nonprofit, you will miss out. You will be trampled by all those people that use it. And many, many young people are getting into AI. And I'm an older adult, so no, you are not. I don't know
I'm
if I
right
can.
there with you, Christine. I'm not far behind, so yeah.
I
Right.
think we can honestly say that together we exceed 100 years of life experience.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
And that is pretty cool. And so for the young generation, I want to tell you, you are the future. Learn about that. And if you are a mother, a grandmother, an aunt, an uncle, learn it and then teach it to the younger generation. Don't let them play video game. Teach them to play business.
Yeah, I like that. Play business. Yes, that, I mean, it makes sense. If you're going to work on something, let's work on business, being productive. And the great thing about AI is it never sleeps. It's always available. So you have that team of experts to help you out, and it's always there and it's always working. So it's amazing.
It really is. And if you don't do it, others will. And the thing is also, what I find really interesting, about 10 years ago, I read the book by Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And it opened my mind to the possibilities. And if you haven't read that book, we have a whole book list of personal growth books and stuff like that that I recommend with links. And I think it's a great book. And have you read that book, Gary?
Yes, I have. It's a good book. Very important, especially for these times that we live in, I think.
What's the gist of it? Do you remember? Now I'm testing you.
I do remember, and it's about the two different dads and the way they go about their lives, right? Especially in the financial aspects of life.
Yeah, I still remember the story of what Robert Kiyosaki calls the poor dad teaching their son that they need to go to university and study and learn. And that's what I was told growing up. That's why I became a scientist, a physician. And I studied, I learned, I became a physician. I was good at it. And much too late, I realized that, yeah, it's great as long as there's an institution that pays you. But at some point, if you have to be on your own, you're helpless. You know nothing. And there's where the rich dad come in. How did the rich dad teach his son?
Yeah, and I think we've kind of, us two both have experienced both sides of that paradigm there, right?
Yeah.
Because
And
we've done it in the working the 9 to 5, and then also doing it on our own. So
and I still remember the rich dad teaching his son the value of sales and of generating an income by offering others something of value to them and creating value. And
so
right
important.
now, we are in a world where knowledge is worth nothing. You can ask ChatGPT, you get an answer. You can ask Google before, you get an answer. You get actually 3,700,000 answers. Now, ChatGPT is a little better. It gives you only about maybe 1,000 to choose from. It's more specific. Our AI apps are the third generation. It's even better than that. But still, Knowledge is worthless. Applied knowledge to the benefit of others, I think that's what will generate value for the future.
Yes, absolutely.
And I think without a meaning, a purpose, a spiritual aspect of running a business, you're bound to fail.
Oh, yes, yes. It's but taking risks is important, right? I believe you have to take risks and get out of your comfort zone, or you're never going to be successful.
I agree. What's the biggest risk that you ever took?
Uh, Leaving behind my 30 plus year corporate career and not
Wow.
really knowing what I was going to do after that. So I really didn't have the greatest exit strategy. I didn't really have a choice because this all went down during the pandemic. So, and I know there's so many that can relate to my story because I've seen it. And so many people have had to reinvent themselves since going through that ordeal. And we didn't really have time to plan for it. So it just came upon us, and it was like, okay, you got to make moves. And fortunately for me, I saw the writing on the wall early, and I knew I needed to make those moves, and I did it. And I really didn't have a plan, but I knew where I wanted to go. And so I just started working towards that. And personal development was really huge. I think I spent a lot of my downtime learning and getting better. I first wanted to make myself better. Figured if I can make myself better and learn more, I'm going to be able
Mm.
to bring that to the people and then show others. I was a goal of mine was to help others do the same thing because I know there's so many people in the same situation as me. So I've worked hard over the last 5 years to do that. And there's a lot of ups and downs and a lot of failures, but each failure is actually a great learning experience. And that's where I think you gain the most growth from those failures because it's what you do after that, right? You got to keep getting up and going again. You can't just uh, cower in the corner and give up. You have to keep fighting.
Yeah, and it's hard sometimes because in our society we still have that victim mentality type. And I was subject to that because when I was first depressed, I fell in that deep hole where you actually do need help. And I never thought I would ever need help. I was such an independent person. I refused to take help until I nearly died. So at some point, you need to accept help. And then, if you're unlucky, you end up in a mental institution that tells you have a disease and you're bound to be dependent and a victim forever. And I think that is just as dangerous as trying to do it all yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. And you don't want to fall into that trap, because that's a hard one to dig out of. So
It is very hard because once you are subject to those medications, they take your motivation, they take your initiative, your ability to plan and strategically think. So you really have to pull it together. And I see many of my clients that really it took a lot of effort and guts. And I respect everybody that questions the narrative and said, do I really need it? And what else can I do? And there's always something you can do. Not always. I mean, I'm don't get me wrong. Psychiatric medication, psychiatry has its place, but not the place it has currently. It's very overrated.
yes, it's a slippery slope there. I too was in that trap for a while, and my health was deteriorating because I was in that corporate environment, which
Mm.
to me I felt was pretty toxic, and it took a toll on my health. So that was one of the first things I did when I left that environment was I was really interested in getting my health back. So I took charge of my health and made big changes there, and that made a huge difference
Yeah.
and gave me back that clarity, you know. And I
And
needed that
Yeah.
forward.
And sorry. And I must say I really highly respect you for that because you're one of the people that took the victim mentality and turned it around and said, no, I'm not a victim. I'm taking charge. I take responsibility for my life. And I think so many people we see are just complaining. You see it on TV all the time. They complain, complain. Oh, poor me, complain, complain. I'm the victim here. Government help me. That's not what we need. We need people that say, okay, I was victimized. Yes, I have a hard time. Okay, what can I do to get out of there? What can I do? What help do I need? How do I get to where I want to go?
Yes, and there's a lot of people that are stuck in that trap and they don't know how to get out. And that's what where we come in, right? And that's something that is part of our mission is helping people, and we want to help people pull people out of that pit because we've been there, we know what it takes to get out, and we've done it successfully, and we want to help others do the same thing. So
And it's hard to be stuck in a trap. It's really hard because you get comfortable in your cage, just like a bird. Sometimes when animals have been in a cage all their life and you open the cage, they stay in the cage. They're scared of the freedom. And
right,
many
you
of us,
become numb to your pain too, right? You become numb to it. You don't even realize you're in pain anymore. You don't even know.
yeah,
So many people, they don't even know that they feel so bad anymore. They're numb to it, blind to it, and they're just kind of just moving through life, but not really present.
yeah. And I still remember my psychiatrist at some point telling me when I was in the complaining phase myself, because I get it. I mean, I was there. I know how you feel if you're there. And he said to me, well, get used to your new normal. And that's kind of resonated in my head. And I said, get used to your new normal. No, I said in my head, I don't want to get used to that. It doesn't feel good. There must be something else out there. And I started to rebel. So it was helpful that he said that because it made me rebel. It made me say no.
Yeah,
There's
that's good.
sales,
It
right?
triggered
Say
something
no.
in you that made you take action, which is great.
Right.
So
We all
that's
need sometimes a little trigger to take action.
yeah,
And what part of our mission in the AI wellness universe and the easy AI system is to help entrepreneurs that in the process they noticed, oh, I need to get out of the rut. I was stuck in the rut. Many of our members have a similar history. They were stuck in the rut, they found a way out, and now they want to share. We want to amplify their voices. We want to be
yes,
the megaphone for wellness and goodness in the world. And we want to show as many people as we can reach that there's hope, that there's a way from sad to sparkle.
that's right.
That's, and if
Right.
you're
And
ready,
go
mhm.
ahead.
No, I just wanted to say that's why it's that the little thing is running on top of here. Join us today, 123sparkle.com. When you type that in, you get a free ebook. Actually, I wrote it as a book. You can buy it on Amazon if you really want to spend money, but you can get it for free just by going to that website and learn how to create or grow a thriving coaching business, even if you have no money to start with.
That's right. Yes, you and then you're coming into our AI powered ecosystem, which is there's so much there. We're building such a great community of wellness professionals, people, all people that want to help other people. So it's this community is
Yeah,
great, and we're sharing that with everybody.
yeah.
So there's
And I
no
still
reason to
hope.
stay in that rut anymore, right?
I love that, Gary. And when we first met, I don't really remember how that happened. I think we were in the same company selling some network marketing product, a good one. There's many good network marketing products. And I think I helped you build a website. And we got
Yeah,
talking and we found out that we really get along well. Yeah, we're not married. We are on opposite sides of the country. I'm in Halifax, Nova Scotia, in Canada. You're in California, in the USA. So officially, right now, we should be at odds with each other. But that's, of course, all the nonsense,
right,
right?
right. Yes,
It's childish what's going on in the world. It's ridiculous.
it's
And
ridiculous, and I feel bad for the people that get caught up in those distractions because they are distractions. Focus on you and doing what you need to do and working on yourself. That's what's most important.
okay, just a second. I'll let you talk.
Oh, is that the hotline? Maybe, Christine's got a lot going on. She wears many hats, and she's very busy. So there she goes. Yep, she's out. But yes, we do everything we do to help you, and we use AI as a tool to make that happen. And there's no reason to be apprehensive about AI because it's a tool, and you should use it as you would any other tool. And it actually enhances or amplifies human capabilities. So it can help you any way you want and as much as you want, and it's always there and it's always available. And we've made it in put it into a simple format that doesn't take any coding. You don't have to be tech savvy. Many of our members aren't tech savvy, and that's why we created this system. Christine and I have been uh, wellness entrepreneurs for several years, Christine for many years, for decades, and we've witnessed and felt the pain points and the struggles of being an entrepreneur and having everything fall in your lap and being responsible, nobody to pass the buck to. And so we created this system to help with that. And I'm really happy with what we've brought to the public and have to offer you now because it is so helpful. And I think if you take a look at it, you'd be amazed by what we have.
I totally agree. And that said, I just thought of something because what we are really doing is, and we are both have a Christian background. No, we are not necessarily religious, but we actually did a Bible AI part that's part of the Easy AI system. And I just thought of the thing that Jesus said, "Let your light shine." We want to encourage our people to do exactly that. And you know what we should do? Why don't I share the screen and I'll see if I can prompt us that Bible verse into a beautiful image.
Yeah, good idea. Do it live. Let's see how it goes. Check it out.
Let's have some fun. Let's see if it goes. I'm sometimes a little bit let me see. Don't show understand. Screen sharing needs powerful resources. Let's see if it works. Okay, here we go. Can you see the system, Gary?
Oh wow, yes, I see it. There we are.
Ah,
Yes,
there we
this is
are
our
talking
system,
about the
everybody.
AI tools. And for those that haven't seen our system, the Easy AI in the Wellness Universe, we have live trainings, we have tutorials. You can register for the live training. You can even get a support call for free. We have a platform guide, and we now organized it to make it even easier because that's what we're trying to do. We have lots of apps for images, for book writing, for marketing and sales. Yeah, you see social media too. Sales trainer, I'm so proud of them. And the newest one, the ideal client profile generator. So helpful. Try it out if you're in the system, because even our members don't know about it yet. I will show them on the next live training tomorrow. I'm so excited about that. Then we have, of course,
Yes.
health and mind in 5D. Our affirmation wizard is very popular. We have nutrition and recipe coaches because I've worked extensively in it, losing 150 pounds of weight myself, keeping it up. Then we have web funnels, copy, SEO, blog writers, outline, really everything. If you are looking for something AI, we have it. Business
There is so much there.
administration. It's everything is there, including email marketing. And here's our Bible AI. Let's
Hey,
get in
Christine,
it.
how many apps do we have now? Or I think we're over 100 apps and they're,
Oh,
in
yes.
our system.
And the easiest way to find them, let me just show you, is click on the search and say what you're looking for. For example, I look for the Bible. I don't even spell it correctly, but it doesn't matter. And now I go for the quote and I ask my Bible coach, where is the quote? Let the light shine. I have no idea because I am not a pastor and I don't know it, but my Bible AI knows. Oh, the writing of the wall. I had it asked it yesterday. That was pretty cool. Let's see if it does it. Where's the quote? See, I ask it. Let the light shine. Gospel of Matthew. See, the exact verse is. There it is, Matthew. Now, what do we do with that? What I do is I'll just copy this quote, and then comes the fun part. I'll put it in the other Bible app. Let's go the image generator, inspirational image from Bible quotes. I plug it in here. See those pretty images it generates? And
Wow, those are nice.
what I do is I click the button. That's all I do. I
That's it.
don't have to learn prompting. I don't have to take a long time course how to prompt ChatGPT. It's so outdated. You don't have to do that anymore. Just
No, and that's what we mean by easy AI, right? That's what our system is, the easy AI
yeah.
system. We
It
created it for
says
that reason.
basically what I have here is a graphic designer that creates images for me, and I tell it what I want. I want an image that shows in an image the meaning of the Bible quote, "Let your light shine." I'm curious what happens. It's a little bit like Christmas, right?
Yes, yes, anticipation. I'm excited always to see what comes up. So it's always exciting. It's always fun, and that's the way we designed it.
And it's a little bit like, what gift is the AI giving me today? Because AI is not linear. It's not like 1 + 1 = 2. That's mathematics. AI is more a little bit human, but not really human. So if you give it an input, say make an image of a baby, one day it makes a human baby, one day it makes a dog baby. It is different. Oh, look at here. That's nice. Look at those pictures.
Beautiful.
Which one do we want to use? Which one is your favorite? Hmm.
Mm,
I have a trouble to this or this one. I think this one is nicer. It's a little oblique. This one is not bad either.
yeah, I kind of like that one, that last one there. It's hard
This
to
one
see; they're a
here.
little small. Yes, that's the one I was.
Let's
That
make it bigger. This one.
yes, I like that one.
Okay, let's use this one. It doesn't really matter. And if you are trying it yourself, you can do whatever you want. And now I want to show you something, what I do with them. We are now put the quote on it because that makes it even more powerful. I add a rectangle. Where would be a rectangle looking good? I think here in the middle. Now I don't want it in red. I want it in a brown color. So I make it my favorite brown color. And I also want corner radius. I want the corners rounded. I like rounded corners. They look nice. That's just me. You can do what you want,
A little
of course.
softer. Yeah, a little softer. I like that.
Then I want text, but I want the text in a nice yellow because it fits. And let's just add the text here. And I just copy and paste the quote. Now, of course, it's too small. Who cares? You can change it here. Font size, extra small. Let's make it small. That's pretty good size. Now, this is too big. Let's just edit it so it's the right size. And I want it towards aligned. There we go. I put it in the middle. It looks pretty decent, but I really want it fat. So you can see it bold, it's called. And I also want this underneath here. You can do that quite easy. Here we go. Now something is wrong here. So what I'll do is I'll make this a little bigger so it fits. There. Let's see.
There it is.
That's pretty nice. I want both a little higher. Let's put that a little higher because I want to see more people, right? How's that?
Perfect. I mean,
I
it's.
think it looks decent. Can I do something to give it a shade? That would be
I mean, for
cool.
two
I'm not
minutes,
sure.
you know, he took no time at all to do that, and anybody can do this.
No, this was really fast. I can put a frame around it. Let's put a frame. What frame do we want? This one? No, I like this one is nice. This now, this one, this one. No, I don't. Let me see. There's different frames. I think it's this one. I think this one looks the best. What do you think? Is
I
it
like
this
it.
one or this one? Which is your favorite? Let's take this one. I like the open corners.
I do. Yes, that is good.
And just put done there.
That was quick and easy. I think it took you two minutes, 3 minutes tops. I
And
mean,
now I can switch back and forth. And when I click on it, you see both images. See, there's this one, but I also have the other one. And when I
all
click
those images are
this
great. It's
red
hard to pick
button,
favorite.
we have this button here with Oh, it doesn't show it in the magnifier, but it's here. And now I can go here, download it, copy it. I can regenerate it, which I won't require. I can copy it and paste it in a document or on social media. Or I can download it to my hard drive. See, you can choose the quality, and I just downloaded it because I really want that image. Let your light shine. Bible AI. And I show you the picture that I just did there. Happiness is an empty bladder. That was a fun one because you can do anything, right?
You can
I
do
think I
anything.
have, you can do, I have that in my emotion images because you can express emotion, right? I selected the emotion of relief, see? Because I remember when I was a resident in urology, and that's how you can translate your experiences and your stories into images. Our brain thinks in images, they're so much more powerful. I was a urology resident in Germany, and one of the main thing coming in that impressed me the most when I was there is the relief of a man that had a full bladder because he had prostate problems and couldn't urinate and were in serious pain. And we stuck a needle in their belly. It sounds horrible, but it was the relief on their faces. And we had actually a sign in the hallway of the urology ward. Happiness is an empty bladder.
Makes sense.
And just think about the little things in life that you don't appreciate right now. If you can go to the bathroom, be grateful, be happy. It really made me aware as a young medical student and resident, hey, the little things are so important.
Yes, the little things we take for granted, right?
And this sense of relief on that old man's, and that's the advantage is, of course, not a real person. You couldn't really use a real person. But that's, oh my God, I did it. And we all know that feeling, but we don't dare to express it because it's something that's supposedly private, right? Something you don't speak about. No, I disagree. Speak about it. Happiness is in the little things.
There's no need to suffer alone. You need help sometimes, and sometimes you have to speak out and seek that help.
And what I also want to say, oh, I want to show off our gratitude generator. See, we have a gratitude generator and a coach if you can't express what you're grateful for. See, one thing I can pee, I'm grateful for today. I'm grateful for the coffee my husband brought me. Oh, I misspelled that. You can actually also talk to your AI. It has a voice input. And this one would be, let's talk to it and see how good it is. Allow. The internet that lets me share my thoughts with the world.
Boom.
The internet that lets me share, and with the world. Perfect. And you know what? I have an English accent, a German accent, and it still did it correctly. This is voice recognition that works.
Yes.
So now let's see what it comes up with. That's so much fun. There's Santa Claus coming again. What gifts, what presents will we get now from our gratitude generator? And I'm already grateful for all the good things that we can spread. And I'm really
Yes, we can
curious.
improve the world around us, and that's what we're doing. And I love it. I love
Ah,
it. And we're working with such great people. Wow, that was fast.
I'm grateful for the simple relief and comfort that comes from being able to pee. So you see how it takes your idea and puts it in a really nice sentence. I'm grateful for the coffee my husband brought me, which brightened my morning. It expands on your idea of gratitude and makes you feel it even more. And that's the purpose of the gratitude generator, to evoke the emotion that goes with your gratitude. Because I found when I did that as an exercise for my coachees, and if you're a coach, you want to do that with your clients, let them do the gratitude generator. And very often they say, okay, 3 things I'm grateful for. Oh, the weather's good, the sun is shining. This is not a feeling. This is just rattling it down. That's not really the feeling, the attitude of gratitude that really gives lasting happiness. Here, I'm grateful for the suggestion one, and it even gives you suggestions. See, reflect on the moment of relief and comfort. See, and I knows how it feels. You experience after being able to pay, and consider why this simple bodily flowing function brings gratitude and comfort to your day. And I would even expand it and say, and remember all those people that do not experience that relief and have to go to the hospital to get it. So I'm very grateful today. My
Yeah,
husband made me feel appreciated. See, consider why this gesture was meaningful and how it affected your relationship positively. Yes, I love my husband even more because it's an act of service, as Gary, what's his last name, says in the five love languages. Explore a particular moment when you shared your thoughts online right now and received a positive response. Well, I didn't get the, well, from you, Gary. Reflect on why the ability to connect through the internet is significant to you. I already said that, and how it influences your sense of community expression. You know, AI is a language model. It's great at it. It's better at it than I am. And look at this picture. Oh my God, the coffee is there. There's the world on the cup of coffee in my hand, and a heart. Isn't it gorgeous?
that is that's a beautiful image. And you got
When
all
we
that off of that. You didn't put much in there, and you got the image
I put
and
the
the
three things
content.
that I would rattle off when somebody asked me, "What are you grateful for today?" Blah blah blah, and this really puts the emotion in it. The feeling makes me feel the gratitude and appreciate it more. And this I would love. I should print it out and hang it on the wall. It's just gorgeous.
It is.
No, coffee and love. My husband brings me coffee. He loves me. And I hold the world in my hands while I drink my coffee and think of the love that I have for people. How
Yes.
meaningful is that?
I mean, you just scratch the surface. That's just two apps. We just showed you what they can do in a matter of seconds or minutes, what you can produce. And there's so much more. I mean, we have 100, I think 120 apps in our platform. So that's just a little teaser there.
It's really something for everything, and it's so fascinating. And Gary, what we wanted to do is also, if somebody's watching that, I have no idea if they're watching it or not, or if it's just going there out in the internet, which is fine. If somebody's watching that, we are looking for volunteers, people that want to participate, people that want to build that together. We can't do it ourselves, and we're not in it to be famous or rich or. Uh, Although when I was 16, I must admit, I told everybody I would get a Nobel Prize and sold shares on it. Uh, I don't know, somebody from my class, we had a class reunion about 20 years ago. And they said, I still have the $100 you gave me there as a share for your Nobel Prize. You never got it. And I laughed. I said, yeah, what did I know at 16? I was so full of it.
That's
Hey,
great.
life has twists and turns and unexpected roads. And that's the fascinating part. And you watch the AI universe has twists and turns. And when you come with us and join us on our journey, you will have the adventure of your life.
That's
Like,
right. Yeah, join us. Become part of the family, part of the community, and you won't regret that for one bit. I mean, it's the place to be.
Gary, did you ever watch Star Trek when you were a kid?
I did. Yes,
We are Star Trek. We are
we're
reinventing
living in
Star
it.
Trek for real. We are living it.
Yeah.
Any of you
Yeah.
here watching want to live Star Trek, be Star Trek, explore unknown worlds? We are doing it.
Yes, real time.
Ma-
And today you're getting a little piece of the action.
Or we'll go live more often while we are building our business, and we'll show you what we're doing while we're doing it.
Yes.
So what do we need to do next? Let me see. Ah, we want to do some training and maybe do videos, marketing for wellness entrepreneurs like us with the Easy AI system. And do we have some time? I know we have a meeting at In half an hour
nine.
or so,
Yep,
right? Yeah, it's 9 your
we
time,
do.
it's 1 o'clock my time. How about we do some training?
Yes, of course. We always like training, and that's one of our staples. We want to. I think we're big on hands-on support, and we want to provide training, and we do events and boot camps, and anything that can help other people grow and help them on their journey of being a wellness entrepreneur.
Yeah, absolutely. And today, I think the most important thing that we all need to know when we are in the wellness business, usually we get recruited to a product. Many of us started as network marketers, and I respect that. It's a very good profession to try your hand. It's very frustrating if you don't know what you're doing, and usually the training is bad. They just say, oh, just go out and tell them what you have and what benefit it has for them. I don't know what I'm doing. And even if you have a good product, and many people have a good product, oh, you do this, boom, rejection hits you, right? Right and left. And you are such a sweet person, like myself. And then people tell you, no, I don't want it. Even if you come from a corporate sales environment, it hits you.
Hmm. Yes.
Rejection is difficult.
Oh yeah, it's always hard. It's always hard. And nobody wants to deal with that. But I mean, that's part of the gig, and you get over that, right? You get over your fears. You put yourself out there, and it gets. I don't know if it gets easier, but it becomes less hard. That's for sure.
It's a very interesting thing with rejection, and I explored it because, of course, interest in neuroscience and brain health. I thought, is it real, that feeling of rejection? Because it hurts, right? When somebody, and I did door-to-door marketing, when somebody slams the door in your face, I don't want you, you know, intellectually they don't mean you, they mean the product you're selling. But still it hurts because you feel rejected because they hurled that in your face. I don't want you. That
Right.
is mean.
You bring up a good point, and that's why you want to market to your target audience. If you're marketing to the right people, then you're not getting those doors slammed in your face because you're actually providing value in an area that they're looking for that value, something they want, right?
Yeah,
And
it's true.
yes,
Makes it easier, but still, you still have to steel yourself against that. And there's ways to do it. And I still remember my boss when I did that. And the first time that happens, and he said, there's one thing I can tell you to keep in your mind. And that's one word. And that was next.
next,
It's
right.
next.
Keep moving forward,
Keep moving.
always.
There's always a next. And
Yes.
you'll hit, even if you do cold calling, which is one of the hardest things to do because it's pretty much 97% rejection, but there's a 3% that make it all worthwhile. And I've heard from reliable people that actually do cold calling, it still works. They make money, they make sales. Uh,
Oh, absolutely, it works, or they wouldn't be doing it. Yes, people do it, and it does work. And I think sometimes when you're facing so much rejection that those wins are that much bigger, right? When you go through a long period with no wins and you get a big win, it's like, wow, you're just still on top of the
like
world.
winning the lottery, right?
It is, right?
It's a dopamine release. Oh my God, I got a sale. It's exciting. But on the other hand, it's not the ideal state, but it's necessary sometimes. And I still remember there's a very good book for everybody that thinks they can do without rejection in life, and we can't. Rejection is part of life. And it's a physical pain. It actually is a physical pain reaction in the brain. So you cannot just learn to never feel it. You will feel it, but like pain, like people that have diabetes and need to stick themselves with needles. For most people, that to get needles 3 or 4 times a day would be horrible. Oh my God, how can they stand it? They get used to it. They don't like it, but they know it's necessary. It's the same in sales, and soulful sales can make it easier. And the thing is, if you think sales is a dirty profession, just read Rejection Proof. It's such a fun book. Have you read the book?
I have not, but I will look into that. Sounds good.
I I just want to tell everybody the main story of it. It tells the story of a young man that didn't get hired in corporate, that didn't get a job, but he didn't want to just go out and collect government insurance or social assistance. He wanted to do something. So he said to himself, okay, he got hired in a sales job, but he got fired because he couldn't bear the rejection. So, not giving up, he said to himself, I'll prove everybody that I can do it. So, he designed a plan for himself to overcome that hesitation. And he said, what can I ask people that everybody will guaranteed say no to? So he approached it from the opposite. How can I guaranteed get a no? And he said, what is something that every homeowner will guaranteed say no to when I go to them and ask? So he did the ask, went to a homeowner, pretty neighborhood, middle class America, beautiful grass, manicured front yards, gorgeous houses, perfect homes. And he went to them and said, can I put a lawn sign in your yard that is so large it will cover the whole view of your house to make advertisement for blah, blah product? And of course, normal people said, no, no, are you crazy? Never. My house covered by your ugly sign? Never, no, right? That's what he expected. So all he said is, okay, thank you, and went on. And he felt actually gratified because he had predicted that they would say no. And you know what? To his great surprise, there were those who said, yeah, sure, go ahead. And he
Right.
said he never expected that anybody would say yes to such an unreasonable request. And he felt that was liberating because the percentage of people that said yo was close to 10%. So
Wow.
that's your numbers. That is a very good book. Read it. It's funny. It shows how he did it in detail. And it's a great book.
I like that. I'm going to check that out for sure.
Rejection proof. You
Rejection
can do.
proof. All right.
And really, if you just want to practice that, you can go out on the street in a bustling city, stand on the street and talk to a stranger and said, hey, can you give me $100?
Got it.
Right?
Right. Right.
What do you think will happen? Gary, I don't know you. Give me $100 right now. What would
People
you
think
say?
you're crazy.
Yeah, exactly. But you can't overdo it or they put you in the mental hospital. So,
Right. We don't want that.
so if they try to do that, just tell them, hey, I'm doing an experiment for a marketing research, and then they let you go. But it's a good experiment to do. I actually tried it. I went on the streets here in Halifax because I thought, is it really true? Is it so scary? And it was scary, I believe me. I thought, what if somebody recognized me and thinks she's crazy?
I
You
remember
know,
one exercise. They asked you to go out and ask people how old they were and how much money they make, and then kind of
yeah,
see the responses you get.
that's easier than to ask them for $100.
Right.
So if you want to try something scary, try that. If that's too scary, and I like what David Burns, he's a psychotherapist, a psychiatrist, wrote excellent books, by the way. I recommend them highly. Feeling Good, Feeling Great helped me a lot when I was down in the dumps. And then later, I went further with him and I read How to Overcome Anxiety. And it's really simple. You just do the things you're scared of, unless they're really dangerous. Like if you're scared of jumping from a high riser, be scared, don't do it. That's what
Mm.
anxiety is good for. If you're scared to go into a restaurant because people might see you eat and you might have something stuck in the teeth and you look embarrassed, well, that's a thing you can overcome. And the
Yes, you got to
best
face
way,
it head on. Get
exactly, go to a restaurant, eat something, and make a mess on purpose. Put
it.
everything around your face, get stuff that and stick it between your teeth, and then speak to somebody and say, hey, is that a wonderful day today with food in your mouth?
Yeah, see how long it takes for somebody to actually tell you, right? Does anybody ever tell you, oh, there's something there? Or they just smile and nod and act like it's not there, right?
And I remember I had a client actually, she was anxious in public and she thought everybody would laugh at her when she was in public and she avoided getting out of the house. So I met with her in a coffee shop here in Canada, it's Tim Hortons. And
Mhm.
after a while talking with her and getting comfortable with her after a few sessions, we have to get people comfortable so you can actually challenge them to something really scary for them. I said to her, okay, how about doing 10 jumping jacks here in the middle of Tim Hortons? She said, oh no, I can't do that. I said, why? I said, everybody will laugh at me. I said, really? Want to try it? Oh no, you try it. So she said, okay, I said, let's see what happens. So I got up, to her horror, I got up and did 10 jumping jacks in the middle of a frequented Tim Hortons. And then I sat down and said to her, did you watch the people? Yes. What happened? And she said, and I don't know, she was stunned. And I said, well, did anybody notice? Well, she said, the only people really that looked was a group of young guys, and they looked up from their cell phones for a second at what you were doing, and then they went back to playing with their cell phones. So I said, really? Nobody cares, right?
Right.
And then I said, your turn. So
Did she do it?
she got up and did one very hesitant one, looked around and sat back down. But it was a good start.
Yeah. She did something.
Yeah,
Sometimes just something is all you need, right? To
yeah.
spark,
You know,
create that
if you're
spark.
stuck in your comfort zone, it's scary to get out of your comfort zone. I get it. And it causes a feeling that we call anxiety. And then I try to reframe that for my client and said, I want to invite you to feel, instead of anxiety, call it excitement. It's the same
Yes,
feeling, the same brain regions involved, but
absolutely.
the word has a different emotional tone.
Yes,
So instead of I'm scared of getting up in front of strangers, I'm excited how it feels if I get up in front of strangers. I'm curious to see what happens if I get up in front of strangers. And suddenly, when you think about it that way, the fear goes away and gives place to anticipation. Isn't that
yes, I
fun?
like that. I like that.
And everything that's not really dangerous, most things in life are not, that we are afraid of. You can do it. The
No,
same when
not at all. And we make them bigger than they are in our own mind. We make it huge, and it just keeps growing bigger and bigger. But I like that, shifting that mindset to excitement is huge. I use that a lot. I'm always saying I'm excited to do this, and
yeah,
rather than being anxious about
let's
it.
do it. I like your attitude. Let's do it. I propose something scary to you, like just going live and talking, whatever. And you
Right.
said, okay, let's do it. Oh my
Let's do
God.
it. What's the worst that can happen? Let's just go. Let's go.
Yeah,
And the less time to think about it, the better sometimes, because sometimes you'll keep going round and round in your head, and you're going to make it worse. And yeah, you're going to talk yourself out of it, right? No, just
absolutely.
go. Just do it.
The first time I did it, it was, I think, 2015. I said to myself, I want to do video. And I was scared to death. I really was. And I took my camera and I went to a friend's house. She had a cat. We did Tai Chi. So I said, let's tape Tai Chi. So we both did Tai Chi. I taped it and I said, well, it's just taped. We can throw it out. So when I came home, I looked at the tape and there was a cat. There was me doing Tai Chi. She told me, I don't want to be shown on the video. I don't want to be heard. She's still scared. So I said, okay. So I said, she's talking on the video. What do? I put march music underneath. You can do that on YouTube. Then I
Yes.
watched the video and said to myself, oh my God, I've never seen a video as bad as this in my whole life. What do I do with it? My first impulse, of course, was delete, throw it out. So I said to myself, WTF, the famous what the fuck. And I put behind exercise question mark. And then I started laughing because it was really silly. I found that it's funny. What will people say when they see a video that's titled WTF exercise and an old woman is doing Tai Chi with a cat in the background and march music underneath? A silly, stupid video. So I put it on YouTube and I was scared to death. I said, everybody will laugh at me. That was my assumption in my brain. Everybody will laugh at me. They will think I'm ridiculous. They'll hate me. They'll write in the comment, are you crazy? What do you do? It's so silly. And after a week, I looked at the video. You know what happened?
Nobody watched it.
Nobody watched it.
So all
And
that anxiety and fear for nothing.
and I said, you know what? It does not matter.
Right.
Because Dr. Amen says it very nicely. I teach his courses to the kids, out school and teenagers. I love that. And he always said, when you are 14, 15, you worry about what others think about you. And then when you're 40 or so, you think about, you don't worry about that anymore. But you still are worried about what other people may say about you. And then when you're 60, you finally realize, and I did that when I did the video, that really all your life, nobody ever thinks about you because other people are going through life thinking about themselves all day.
Right. Exactly.
And I wouldn't be surprised if those recordings have exactly 0 views.
Right.
But I thought we have good things to say. So if you happen to see it, let us know what you want to see, because I know in the live stream areas there is comments. You can do commenting. I think we show it on YouTube, but we stream it on Facebook and on LinkedIn. So wherever you see it, let us know. We're curious. And this is an experiment. I really am curious. We want to build our business live. Why not? I don't think anybody ever did that. Just live stream what they were doing.
No, probably not. I don't know, but we're doing it, and that's all that matters. And we would love to welcome all of you, if anybody sees us, to join us, talk to us, connect. Let's learn and grow together.
Ah,
What it's all
yeah.
about.
Sure. Have a look at that 123sparkle.com. If you like it, opt in and become part of the free AI wellness universe. The basic membership is free. You don't have to opt into the AI apps. We can't give them away for free because we pay for them. So
Right.
that's a cost involved. But the basic membership is free. You can come to the event. You get a newsletter. You see what we're doing. You have the chance actually to post blog posts and all that in our websites, and some of the websites are quite high ranking. I've
Yes,
been
and
told,
check out our easy AI system. I know so many of you are using ChatGPT and um, many other models that are out there that are available, but we offer so much more at a lower price, and it's third generation AI, and you can do so much more with what we're offering. So check it out. You have nothing to
yeah, I
lose.
love that. And I mean, even if you want to continue using ChatGPT for the questions, yeah, do it. And then when you get comfortable with ChatGPT and you get frustrated with it, which is invariably going to happen when you use it a lot, and then you go on sites and buy a course about how to prompt. Well, forget about it. That money is better invested with us. You don't have to learn to prompt. Uh, you just have to tell our
Right.
system what to do.
Right, and a lot of times with like ChatGPT, you're going to need other subscriptions to go along with
Mm-hmm.
that. And with our platform, it's all in house under one system. So you have all those in one. Whereas ChatGPT, you might have 10 to 20 other subscriptions to do all the things that you
Mm-hmm.
want to do.
And you, Gary, probably also remember when ChatGPT first was released. I think it was 2020 or something, very early. I was one of the first 10,000 adopters because I love stuff that's new and exciting like that. So I went in and tried, and I thought, wow, that's amazing. That's the first reaction that most people, when they are new to AI, get. Oh my God,
Right.
really? That's possible? Well, that was 5 years ago. That's first
Yeah.
generation. And I remember one of the first things I did with ChatGPT then is I had a poem written for the birthday of one of my best friends, Maxine. And I printed it and gave it to her for her birthday. And she started crying because it was so nicely expressed. Now it's great. And I wish at that time, if I had had the easy AI system, that I would have to be able to make a video with it, an AI video, because they are beautiful, they're inspirational. You can see them on our YouTube channel. Or
Hmm.
it's gorgeous. Or affirmations. I love them. I just had a friend, she said to me this morning, she sent me an email. Listen, I made that affirmation. She's a member of ours. I made this affirmations. Can you help me make a video for it? So I did, and I sent it to her. Because a friend of her was going through a divorce and she needed something to help her with those feelings of being abandoned and having a new beginning. So our AI system made her a beautiful, inspirational AI video, not quite a minute. And I'm very curious to get some feedback how that gift helped her, because our videos are only 29 cents a piece. So that's the cheapest AI video you can get, but they're amazing. And then it was her birthday, so I made an AI video for her birthday, and you can see it on her profile. If you know Elaine Jackson on LinkedIn, go on her profile and look at her birthday video. That's our easy AI system doing it, and
Yes,
it's
it's Elaine's
gorgeous.
birthday today, right? Happy
Yes,
birthday,
we should sing
Elaine.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to
To
you.
you.
Happy
Happy
birthday, dear
birthday, dear
Elaine.
Elaine.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to you.
you. And many good years.
Yes, Elaine's great. I love
Ah,
Elaine.
I love it too. I
Yeah,
won't tell the public how old you are, although you told me, I promise.
she's,
And
yeah,
I must say, we are pretty much aligned, so that's all good.
right.
You're never too old to start something new. You're never too old to live your best life. Start today.
Yes.
Oh my
And
God, I
this was
think we have
fun. This
to,
was fun, Christine. We'll have to do this more often.
absolutely, we have
Right.
to stop the recording and the stream for now because we have to hop on another meeting with a potential client or whatever. And maybe we'll
Yes.
come back and we'll do something else. Let us know what you want and we'll give you some of it with our Easy AI system.
Thank
Love
you,
you.
everybody.
Bye
Take care.
bye.
Bye.